Hey guys, Pyro here. Today I want to talk about and make a guide about Diva or DVA, however you want to call her, from Overwatch. She's she's a tank hero in Overwatch, and she has around 500 health. Her three main abilities are her rotating cannon-like shotguns that have unlimited ammo. She has a way of redirecting her shield to the front and absorbing all damage from any incoming enemy from incoming direction that is within the range of her barriers, that her barriers can catch, if that makes sense. And her third ability is ability to jetpack away, use her jetpack boosters and fly in any direction. You're not limited to being like just a ground attack, or like gliding to the ground. You can go up, down, any direction on the map. And her Q ability, or ultimate, however you want to call it, is she self-destructs her mech suit, and you can launch at people or put it in a strategic place where there's enemies clustering, and kill and get a good amount of kills, or maybe just push off the enemy off the point. Now, I want to talk about how you should approach her and how you should play her. And because I see a lot of people who kind of don't understand her or say she's too weak or underpowered, and you could have a good argument for that, but in the sense of right now of how she stands and where she is, the making of this video, I want to talk about her. The first thing you should think about whenever you try to play Diva or DVA is that she's a tank, but most of her health is shield based. So I think around I'd say almost 3/4 of her health is shield based. The rest is just pure health. Now that makes her different from most tanks, because most of the tanks have most of their health as pure health. You know, you take that out and then you're dying, and it's not regenerative at all. But Diva's shields are regenerative. You take her shields down, and if she survives the firefight, they will more than likely go up over time. Now you want to take this into consideration for the next point I want to give you, and how you should think about her when you're playing her. You should see her as a mobile tank, and that's what makes her different from the rest. I mean, you could argue that Winston is a mobile tank, but the only thing that makes him mobile is his leap, and that's his ability. And he can't really use that much other than jumping up into places, and he doesn't have like that much shields. But she's the most mobile tank of them all because of the jet boost. And so you should consider her a mobile assault tank. Like she's more suited to attacking their weak points, flanking an enemy's weak points where they're not guarding as heavily, because of the ability to go up into the air, you know, extremely fast, and go into any direction on the map and get to any point. You should think about that and use that whenever you're pushing an objective, you're defending an objective. For example, if you're pushing an objective and you know they kind of have you cornered into a certain spot, situation where you kind of have to get a little bit vertical. Use her vertical, I guess, ability to go up. If that makes sense. Her ability to go up and push behind an enemy, or push them behind, move the enemy around, make them change their front. So let's say they have set up a bunch of bastions. You can use her ability to just zoom past them, or a flank route, zoom through a flank route, go really high up, and then just land down, be able to flank them. And even you might not kill everyone who is defending, or you might not kill all the turrets or the bastion for that sake, but you give your team a chance to push up and gain ground. And that's one of the main ways you should think about playing her. You should always be trying to flank, use her boost ability to go up and push snipers off of ledges, pressure the team in ways that the other tanks can't. Because you also have to remember, she has 500 health. She can survive a lot of fights with certain people. I mean, granted, she's not gonna survive a 2v1. That's very hard. 3v1, obviously she's gonna get killed off because the shields are gonna go down immediately. But if you're seeing someone, a specific enemy hero that's just destroying your team, you should, with her mobility, you should attack him, keep him busy, keep him off your team. So in general, when you play her, you need to think of yourself as a mobile assault tank. You need to be pushing with your team, like always, but you should be focusing on their weak spots and focusing on snipers, or like a Pharah who's pushing up, Black Widow who's sitting back, Hanzo that's sitting back. You can definitely 1v1 the weaker heroes, like the 200 HP heroes. You think of yourself as if there's a Torbjorn turret, you can push up really fast with your shields up, and you can boost at the same time. You have to remember that you can have your forward deflector shield up with your boost, push up to that turret, and then just go in with your rotating shotguns, which do an incredible amount of damage up close, and just eliminate them quick. Both hit the turret and Torbjorn if you're fast enough and your aim is good enough. But at that range, it should be. You can do the same thing for Bastion, absorb all of his damage right up there close as he's using his 200 clip rather rapidly, and then just go in as he's trying to reload or trying to repair himself and just finish him off. You have to think about that. You have to think about her as someone who can push the enemy off their preferred spots, put pressure on the enemy, and make the enemy team reconsider, kind of like break up the defenses and give your team a chance to break through. Another thing I want to talk about is her self-destruct. Now in the gameplay, I sleep on it a little bit. I don't use it as much as I should, because I get it a bunch of times, and I'm sure whoever watches the video is gonna be like, man, you never used it, you have some key spots. The problem with her ult, it leaves you very vulnerable, because you have to self-eject and leave your most valuable thing, which is her weapon, her main weapon, her suit. And if you get a kill with it, then it'll give you instantly. But if you don't, like in one of the cases that you will see in the gameplay here itself, you don't get a kill, and you have to jump up and down, like right now, jump up and down, get some kills, and it goes rather fast. But if you want to play Diva, you have to know this: when you jump out or you ulting, or you get your suit destroyed or your mech destroyed, you have to be able to survive long enough to get it back, because Diva, in my opinion, is very survivable. Her shields regenerate. You have a great pistol. You have great mobility. Obviously, you only have 150 health, which can get you killed rather fast. When you jump out of her mech, you have to have the same mentality. Stay mobile. You keep jumping up and down. Her pistol is really good. Does good solid damage, and you'll get your suit back, and you can keep going. You know. And most of the times, enemy heroes won't follow you around. You know, they'll destroy the mech and they're like, oh, you know, like piss off. She won't do anything. Well, that's a mistake. You know, you're a hero staying alive, and and more than likely she's like a DVA, good DVA player is gonna get her suit back, and he's gonna start charging you again. You know, flanking you. So that's it's kind of like the main things how you should play her. Think about yourself like a really mobile. Use her mobility. Use her shields, like, to take out enemy emplacements, enemy turrets, enemy bastions, enemy snipers. Obviously you can't go to the whole well, you could, but it's not recommended that you go toe to toe with high damage heroes like a McCree who will flashbang you, or a Soldier 76 who has high damage with the helix rockets and his continuous assault. You will struggle against other tanks, but other than that, you need to target off. As Diva, you need to target the weakest links, like snipers, emplacement, turrets, healers too. If you see a healer just kind of sitting back and healing, you know, flank him, go up, flank him, and kill off that healer. You will see the benefits of doing all these strategies. You gotta think of yourself as a flanker on this, playing Diva. Now, you might say she's underpowered, but we will see in the future. They're saying they want to tweak her, add him a little more damage. We'll see. But for now, that's how I think you should play her. That's the strategy the mentality you should have, her abilities and how you should use them, and how to be more successful. You can see in this gameplay, I stay alive a lot. I don't die that much. I get a good amount of kills, and I'm on fire a certain amount of the time of the round. So I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys learn how to be a better DVA player, and I hope I see more DVA players now, because she's really fun to use. Once again, I hope you go learn something. Like, dislike the video, give me feedback, and take care, guys.